Hey guys, welcome to another year of collaging. I am going to just briefly go through all of the collages I did this year. So this is my third year collaging. I don't know what I was doing with my fingers there, but this is my third year. And I would say I did not collage as much as I have in the previous 2 years. However, I did participate in Februage in February, and that is where most of these have come from. So Februage is a collage challenge for every day in the month of February. So this first one, I'm not going to remember all of the prompt words that resulted in these images, but for this one, I quite like it. I took out the river in this scene and I put in a cityscape with a rocket and a one-way sign. And I like the juxtaposition of nature and city. So I like this one. The next one is this one. So this one, I just kind of made the face of a woman kind of into another mountain in a mountainscape. And then we have a door to her mind and some jewels, I guess. I liked the jewels because they reflected the same colors in the sunset or sunrise. And yeah, it's not one of my favorites, but I kind of like how it turned out. Then we have this one. I had seen this guy in this image for a while and I knew what I wanted to do with him, so I just needed to find the right scene, and I finally found one. I put him in an underwater scene where you can see the floor of the sea as well as the surface of the sea, and then I just put in some fish interacting with the pillars from this building that he was walking through. So I actually quite like this one. The only thing I don't like is this eel. He actually comes around, and for whatever reason I glued the pillar over his body, and I wish I wouldn't have done that, because that would, I don't know, I don't think it would let me, I mean, I guess I could try with a heat gun to see if it would let me peel this up, but I don't know. I wish I had left the rest of the eel, like you could see it here and then peeking back out here, but oh well, I guess. This one was, I had seen this gloved hand, and it had to me like a science fiction experiment kind of vibe, and then I found these swirls and then I put it in this mountain scene, and there you go. The hand is a little damaged, but when I scan this in for a proper render, I can fix that in post. So yeah, what do I think about this one? I think it's middle of the road for me. I do like it, but I don't love it. Another one is this corn. So there was this image of a corn that had some weird, I don't know, computery parts in it, circuitry and whatnot, and I knew I wanted to do something with it, but I didn't know what. So I found this field, and then I also cut out some mounds of popped corn and put it all together. So it looks like this farmer is, I don't know farming terms, so collecting, or maybe I don't know what he's doing, but it looks like he's interacting anyway with this pile of popcorn. So yeah, this one's all right. It took me ages to cut around all of these little tendrils, but yeah, there's that one. Then I saw this recycle earth symbol, and then I just put a bunch of items that you can recycle around it. I left them unglued so you can see they kind of pop up. I left that on purpose because I felt like it gave a little bit of a 3D effect if they're a little bit like flapping, you know what I mean? And this is one of those pieces, very few, I think this might be my only piece, that doesn't have a right orientation. It just goes wherever it goes. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. I've got this one. I quite like this one. I wish I could have gotten a little bit more of my vision to come across, but yeah, I like it. It's not bad. Not much I can say about it, really. It's just a woman sitting in a icy landscape, I guess, with a big snowflake behind her. I liked how the blue snowflake reflected the cool tones of the snowy background, but also the yellows in the indoor scene, you know? So I liked that. This was a really fun one. This was one of the first times I tried to break the border, and I love it. I really want to do that more in my collages. I think it's a lot of fun, especially in a situation like this where the characters look like they're running through the scene, however also running out of the scene. I kind of like that idea. So yeah, I did pair some Disney cartoons with this, I don't know, some kind of fishing port scene. It's actually a movie set, but it's meant to be some kind of pier. So I thought it worked out really good. This is another one where I wish my full vision had properly come across, because these are meant to look like chains, and I don't know that it reads that way. I think it looks like it's jewelry. So in that way it didn't really come across, but that was the idea. I wanted it to look like chains in this mountainscape, and this doll was, I don't know, covered in chains, I guess. This was one that I thought fit really well with the prompt. I forget what the prompt was. Oh, this one has the prompt. It was wrong way. So all of the traffic is going this way, but then these monsters are disrupting traffic going the wrong way. And I liked the sign that I put in here, work with your biggest problems first. Looks like a billboard in the scene, and it's like, are we worried about the traffic or are we worried about these dinosaurs? So, thought it was kind of fun. This is one of my favorites. I absolutely love how this one turned out. It's super, super simple, but the colors and the vibe of it, it just is really cool. So there's a human skull in this snowy landscape with, I love these, what are these called again? Sundogs, right? It's a sundog, like when it does that around the sun. Anywho, I picked some pink flowers to kind of grow out of the skull, and I just think it's a super cool image. This one was a different one. I had these dancing people, and I knew I wanted to do something with them for so long. And I also knew that I wanted to pair it with other vintage material, because the paper quality is quite vintage. So it was just a matter of finding the right things. Now, is this the right thing to do with this couple? I don't know, but it is something. So it is these two, I guess now they're mushroom people, dancing amongst other mushrooms in a galaxy. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of cool. Here is an otter swimming in a pool in a urban scenario, and he's having a banana. And I think he's pretty cute. I think the scene fit together really well. Not only the colors, but the angle and everything. I really liked it. The only thing I don't love about this one is it's all kind of muted colors. So the only thing that really pops out is the banana. Like, you have to really look to see the otter. But once you're able to really see the otter and look at the scene, I like it. This was another one from the challenge, and I don't have the word on it, but it had something to do with, I don't know, I think it was like deception or something. So I put these images together, and I felt like this kind of read as like false prophets within the church, something to be aware of. So yeah. This one is pretty neat, pretty simple. I wish the background looked a little different, because I think it doesn't blend as well into the scene as I would like it to. But yeah, overall, I don't mind this one. It's more of a postcard size, but it's kind of cool. I put like a glass ball as the sun. So yeah, this is another one. As you can see, I struggled a lot with like accomplishing my vision. So my vision here was to have a bird with a dinosaur skull. And I do have a bird and a dinosaur skull, but they don't blend well together. And I don't know if that's like a proportion issue or what, but I tried it. This is what came from it. And yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of this one. I even put dinosaur little hands where his wings would be, so we'll see. Again, this was another one where I had seen this picture of Venice, and I knew I wanted to cut out the river and have this gondola driver? what are they called? I don't know what he's called, but he paddles the boat. And I wanted to have something probably more spacey in the sea and then, or in the river. And then I saw this image that had a duality of the sun and moon. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll put that in there. And I did, and I don't hate it, but I don't know. I think this blue chunk, there needs to be more texture or something. I'm not sure. But this is another one that I really love. It is super, super simple. And I feel like I wish the background was maybe like darker or something so that our main character could pop. But either way, you get the idea. There's this man who has a wolf head carrying a lamb in a flock of sheep. So, I don't know. I like it. I like it. I think I like this one. This is another one which is interesting, I guess. I wanted to put this alien somewhere, and all of these pieces kind of came together, and it is what it is. It's not one I love, but it is what it is. I even put like some Five Nights at Freddy's images in the windows, which I don't really love because I don't think you can see it properly to know what it is, but anyway, there's a kid running away screaming, so yeah, there's that. This is one I do really like. It took me a while to figure out how to get the image across with like cutting out all of the fries, but then also having the fries go around the dog. And I do wish I had maybe put fries in this yellow section to look like the yellow section was inside the box and the fries were coming out of the box from there. But, well, you know, just little tweaks like that can be done in post. But overall, I really like this one. It's got a fun vibe to it. Here's another one. This one I quite like. I, again, feel like the simpler it is, the more I like it. So we've got like some more ancient looking sculptures here in the foreground. Then in the midground, we have, I don't know where this is, maybe in Rome or something, I'm not sure. But some kind of cathedral or museum or some such. And then in the back, there is a mountain scene. And I like how the colors all kind of go together. It looks like it could be in the same scene. And I think that's really important to marry all of your elements together, is to have a good color scheme. Sorry for that interruption. It's a new day, but let's carry on. This one was a combination of like hot and cold, I think it was. And so I used the cactus because they're from a hot climate, and I put them in a cold climate. So something like that. This is another one that I really love. However, I don't love how the glue has leaked the image that was on the other side of this glass through. So in post, I would just take that ghosting out. But again, this one broke through the frame, I guess, of the image. I didn't cut it out, and I still might, because I really like the way that looks from that other one. But this one is essentially like a kraken taking a ship in this cup of alcohol, and there's treasure at the bottom of the cup. And I really like that. I think this one's pretty cool. Now we've got a big one. This one was an idea I had in my head for quite some time with this girl who was lying on a bed advertising the bedding. And so I cut out the bedding, the blanket, and the sheets and the pillow and everything, and I put her in the clouds, the billowing clouds of a rocket with a mountain in the background. And I do like it quite a bit. It didn't turn out exactly how I thought it would, but at the same time, I do quite like the idea of this one. And lastly, which was also the last one that I made in 2024, is this one. So I had come across a house that had all of these windows, and it looked really neat, and I thought, what would happen if I made like a mountainscape into kind of a house? So I tried it out. It's always good to try out ideas, I think, because then you don't have them wiggling around in your brain and constantly having you wonder, would it work? Would it not work? So I think there is something here in the idea of making like a mountain into a house, but I, for some reason, don't think this worked. I don't know if it's that the colors are too similar, that the windows get lost. I don't know if the mountainscape was too vast and I just needed to focus on one mountain, or one peak, I guess. I think it's kind of funny that I put in these guys because they make it feel a little more ethereal. And same with these illustrated mushrooms. Kind of takes you out of an earthly setting, I guess. And then of course there's two rainbows that also give a unique quality to it. So I definitely don't hate this one, and I'm glad that I got that out of my brain and onto a collage. So this is my 2024 collage collection. So I think I want to pick some favorites just to see where I land with some of my favorites. I would say, let's see. I think that one might be a favorite. Maybe this one. I do quite like this one. I quite like this one. This one is, I don't know. There's something fun about this one. Definitely this one. I really like this one. Maybe I'll put it in the consideration pile. I think I do like this one. I love the colors in this one. I like this one quite a bit too. I almost wish the rocket was bigger. How do we feel about this collection? Yeah, I think that's safe to say. This collection would be my favorites from 2024. Let me know which from the whole stack of them would have been your favorite, and we can talk about the different images and the ways that it made you think, or maybe evoked some kind of emotion, or whatever. Maybe you just want to talk about the actual art of collaging instead of the things that it makes you feel and consider. So let me know. So let's talk about collaging in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here for another year of collage. I look forward to the new year and to see what kind of collages I have in store for the new year. Yes, very excited. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!